Hey guys, just a quick reflection on season one today. We're going to just talk about what we've covered so far and then what's to come. Please subscribe, leave some comments, interact with us. The more interaction we have, the better the show becomes. Let's just take a quick look back at what we've done and what we've accomplished, and then a little look forward of where we're headed. I'll see you guys on the other side. All right, everybody, welcome back. Hopefully you enjoyed those last 2 weeks with Juan Bandana. I'm still reliving those conversations in my head. Really just appreciate the time he gave and shared, and we hope to bring him back again. This episode is going to conclude season one of the launch of the Gentlemanly Things. And I really want the topic of today to be about reflection and looking back and just measuring how we move forward and the success that we have and some of the concepts we learned from throughout the season. I wanted to recap. First and foremost, I want to just give a huge thank you to all of the guests that were on the season, from Luke Mays and the House of Dorme, talking about gentlemanly things with fabrics and some of the world's finest fabrics and fibers that they use. Dorme, as you can see with the books over my shoulder here, is one of our favorite fabric mills at Henry Davidson. They just really produce unique items, unique designs, good quality, and they have a steadfastness to the tradition of weaving quality and luxury fiber and yarn and fabric. So going into its sixth generation of family ownership, that really is an incredible milestone. And we couldn't be more proud to call them partners of ours. Jumping from there, we had Bruce Phillips, and we had a wonderful conversation with Bruce about the history of Napa Valley, a little bit about tasting wines and their historic property in the center of Napa Valley, right in Oakville and Vine Hill Ranch. It's a stunning property if you ever get a chance to get out and visit or have the privilege of enjoying any wines that were grown from grapes on that property. They work with about 11 or 12 different winemakers that will purchase grapes from them. And then, of course, they make their own expression of Vine Hill Ranch as well. And before we had Bruce, how could I forget Alex Waghorn from Davidoff of Geneva, Davidoff Cigars. Alex, we had a phenomenal conversation on the ins and outs of growing and fermenting tobacco and the quality standards that Davidoff really implements into their cigars so that you have a premium cigar for enjoyment. And then our final conversation with Juan Bandana, that's fresh in our minds. So new year, setting goals, how to move forward with confidence, really how to measure the growth of yourself and set goals and achieve goals and institute change as you go forward. Thank you to all those guests that have been part of this. And also a huge thank you to the team that helps produce this, On Air Brands. I found them maybe about a year ago. We started collaborating, working together. I have no video editing skills. I wanted to launch this idea and get it going. And the team there really has made this a reality for me. Just a few of those thank yous. Lastly, to my team at Henry Davidson for the support of moving forward and letting go of some of the day-to-day over at our showroom. They've shouldered more. We are looking now to expand our team, and we are currently hiring another salesperson to support them as we continue having record growth at Henry Davidson. So just grateful for everybody that's involved in my life that supports this, including my wife, who lets me film here at our home and gives up our time together when I sit down and say, hey, I got to go record this show. I want to bring all those concepts to you, but today it's really kind of reflecting on the show. There is so much in these first 20 episodes that I've learned, and I really hope you guys following the show have been able to benefit and up your skills in one way or another. Maybe learn something about a topic you knew a little bit about and we went deeper on, or we exposed you to a brand new topic altogether. Oftentimes, we just move forward, right? We move forward and we forget to celebrate milestones and small successes. And over the Christmas holiday, I was listening to another podcast, Rocky Garza, who was a recent speaker with us at EO. And on his podcast, the episode I caught, they talked about really not forgetting to celebrate those wins, but also continuing to push forward. And I think that's what it's about. When Juan and I really dove into our conversation in the last two episodes, we talked about people being happiest when they're making progress, when we're moving forward. That's when we're happiest. And I think that is such a key to really just continuing to progress, continuing to expand ourselves, continuing to grow as gentlemen. Getting this show started was a hump to get over. And here we are now 20 episodes in, and I couldn't be more excited about what's to come with you guys. But I do want to celebrate the first 20 episodes. And from episode 1 and launch all the way through today, we've had incredible growth and performance in the podcast space. And I don't necessarily know those expertise, but the production team, and when we review the episodes every week, are telling me how incredibly the show is performing and growing and gaining traction with views and followers in relation to how most shows grow. So a huge thank you to you guys and your support. I've heard from so many of you just in our networking here in Philadelphia or comments that you've left on the episodes about the feedback and how much you're enjoying it. And that means so much to me. And I want to know what else you guys want to hear about. So please, what you want to hear about in season 2, leave some comments below and tell me, because I will go out and I will find the guests and the experts to interview, because I'm curious as well. And I want to continue learning right alongside with you guys. And in season 2, we're going to have already a lot more guests lined up. I'm really excited for what's to come. And we're just going to take a short break on the show so that we can organize, reflect, and kind of bring you iteration 2.0 here in what we're going to call the wrap of season 1. And then later in the spring of 2026, we are going to launch season 2 and try to really change the ratio from season 1. My goal is to have probably about twice as many guests. So every 2 episodes, we're going to be doing some interview with an expert in the field. And then maybe every 3rd episode, I'll bring you guys some content solo and continue to deliver for you guys what you want to hear about. So I don't even think I could name everybody that I have to thank. So I'm just going to do it as a blanket thank you and express my gratitude. What we've learned in season 1 really is a core, I think, of what's coming out of the show, which is living with intention, doing things with intention, and learning how to really focus on the finer details that make massive differences when we're talking about quality and the upper echelon of living life as a gentleman. So along with living with intention, one of the things that came up in conversation with Juan, didn't come up with a conversation, but in the intake form that I asked him to fill out, and we talked about pre-show, but we never got to in our conversation, is what defines a modern gentleman? I loved what Juan answered. I told him I was probably going to at least borrow it or steal it, and I'm giving him the credit for it here. But I also gave him a few things that he could borrow and steal from me. So that's how friendship works, and I feel like he and I, really connected for an ongoing friendship that I'm excited for. But really, when I said, well, what defines a modern gentleman? He said, someone living an aligned life. So I think this idea of alignment and intention go hand in hand with each other. And I think it couldn't be a better definition of the gentlemanly things and what's starting to evolve throughout this show. If I can pick out some highlights, the cigar episode with Alex Weghorn, I couldn't have told you anything about tobacco fermenting prior to this, the way it's grown, the way it's harvested, the shape of the leaves from the lower end of the stalk to the higher end of the stalk, and timing, and then really the quality and skill that it takes to become a master roller. None of their master rollers become master rollers with less than 10 years experience of rolling cigars. And that's day in, day out rolling. I don't know how many cigars they could roll a day, but that must be thousands upon thousands and hundreds of thousands of cigars that get rolled to become a master roller. Very similar to the skill required to become a master tailor and the appreciation that most people don't recognize what goes into that. And also what I would call the bastardization of the terms. And part of what we like at Henry Davidson is the maintenance and maintaining of that history and the tradition that goes behind something and the respect of what a title actually means when we call somebody a true master of their trade and craft. So, Alex, thank you for the insights there. We've seen each other a handful of times since that interview and just had such great conversation going forward. And maybe we'll have you back in season 2. Speaking of season 2, I know I'm kind of flip-flopping a little bit here, but we also hope to bring more in-person interviews in season 2. We are going to be setting up a studio that will allow us to host some in-person interviews here in Philadelphia area, and very excited to show you guys a little bit more behind the scenes of some of the spaces that we operate in through the ability to interview people one-on-one in person in the same room. So really excited about that. Other things I learned from this season just about myself: the ability to move forward, the ability to do hard things, and the ability to do something that's new and outside your comfort zone, or outside my comfort zone, was eye-opening. But I will tell you, being able to sit here and have this conversation with you today is very different than in episode 1, sitting and having this conversation and the feeling behind it and the excitement that comes with this. Today, it's excitement about the future. In episode 1, it was nervous excitement of doing something new and really unsure how it was going to turn out. But again, the support that you guys have shown, the follows, the likes, the comments, the ratings, please keep it up and keep spreading the word so that your friends and other people out in our networks really can get this information that we are curating and that everybody needs. Pulling this information into the stratosphere is going to increase the appearance of men and create more gentlemen. And even though this isn't a show about how to be a gentleman, certainly if you're following along and appreciating the things about the art of living like a gentleman, naturally one will follow the other. So here we are. Cheers to 2026. Again, looking forward to what's to come, and truly, truly appreciate what you guys have brought to this show, what you've brought to my life and the future ahead for both me and Henry Davidson and the company, and those that are going to get to participate and share their expertise with all of us going forward. So I'm going to end it there. Thank you again so much for season 1. Stay tuned for season 2. If you haven't subscribed yet, please go ahead and subscribe so that when we launch season 2, you will get the notification of new episodes being posted, and keep an eye out for that in early quarter 2 of 2026. With that being said, Happy New Year. Hope everybody had a great holidays, and I look forward to seeing you all back here in just a few short months with a lot of great content, more interviews, and anything you want to hear between now and then, make sure you leave it in the comments below, and we will go out and search for that content to bring to you. So thank you. We will see you soon. Take care.